There's only one thing to do, and that's play a game.
Hey, hey, you know who ain't gonna win. You know who ain't gonna win. You know who ain't gonna win. You say that this again. I know who ain't gonna win. You know who ain't gonna win. You know who ain't gonna win. We say that this again. I want 1, 2, 2, 3. Get your self out. I want 1, 2, 2, 3. Get the fuck on. 1, 2, 2, 3. Get your self out. I want 1, 2, 2, 3. Get the fuck on.
Yeah, man. You know what it is. Another episode of the Broken Pencil Booking Company Pro Wrestling Podcast and radio show infused with hip hop. I am Wood.
Made daily.
Fresh.
With all the stuff that you know that comes with every other episode.
The Blase Splee.
You stay classy, internet. I'm Suave Burgundy.
He is. Today is Friday, June 30th. Year of our Lord.
Year of our Lord.
I said, year of our Lord.
Year of our Lord.
20 and 20. Tree.
Wiggle wee convenient, bring me your dinner bucket.
Let the church say.
Hey, man. That was truly beautiful. We made up for the lack of intro with the rest of the intro. See how that?
Happy Eid for my Muslim friends.
Aha.
You dig?
It's very cultured of you, my guy.
All inclusive is what we do here. You know who ain't gonna win. This is a quick one. It's gonna be fun though.
1, 2, 3.
We just did a tournament
6, 7
for Money in the Bank, and I'm wondering
when they gonna use Scrappy's Money in the Bank for this damn pay-per-view.
I am wondering that.
Everybody's wondering that.
And I'm also wondering,
get Scrappy his money, fam.
This year's winner is possibly the one that can usurp our Money in the Bank Cash Money Records tournament champion, Seth Rollins, the architect.
You think? You wait, like as best Money in the Bank ever, or just that's gonna be the person that beats Seth Rollins?
No, cash in, but this is a twofold because he is your world heavyweight or your participation trophy champion.
Let me tell you right now.
Oh shit!
There will be no cash in booked by this creative team that is currently running WWE that will usurp what Seth Rollins did.
We have a guest appearance.
I don't see it.
We have a guest appearance right now.
Do we do?
There's someone who has something to say about this.
Who that?
Rose.
We don't deal or put up with accusations, and most definitely not false accusations.
We're not doing it. I'm not here for that. Like, no. And again, no, I say.
All right. So that said,
you couldn't get HBK to come out of retirement, win this Money in the Bank ladder match, challenge Seth Rollins, have a 60-minute classic at the end of WrestleMania, and get a better cash in. I'm sorry.
Even if all those things did happen, a lot of those things ain't happening.
You couldn't get Kenny Omega to break the forbidden door, win Money in the Bank, and cash in against Seth Rollins and get a better cash in than Seth at 30%. I'm sorry. There's no point in me lying to anybody like that's gonna. No, it's not gonna happen. Not from this cash in. Not this. Don't do that. Now you've see what you've done. You've just undercut whoever wins this Money in the Bank ladder match.
You see what you're doing here, man? You see what you're doing here, man?
Crack Instagram and AIDS because that's what they done to us.
That is exactly what they did to us.
And you're perpetuating the crack Instagram and AIDS infestation with this shit you talking about right now.
Oh my goodness.
Every time I start talking about boxing, got to pull Rocky Marciano out there.
Will you stop? Oh my.
Oh yeah.
My word.
Mm-hmm. This is what happened. You get me on her after hours. It's really going up.
Oh man, the O2 Arena is going to be on fire this Saturday, July 1st. Oh, is it Saturday or Sunday?
Saturday.
Oh, that's right, because we back to afternoon wrestling. Yeah, gotta love it. Saturday afternoon, 3 p.m. Eastern time, I believe. I keep saying the wrong time, but I need to check the times on this.
Which for the Central Gang would mean what time?
Dose. 2 p.m.
I like that. Gives you enough time to sleep in a little bit, get up, find you some nums, get
And
right in
I'm
front
about
of
to say you can shamelessly partake in libations and supplies around that time.
Boy, think I ain't.
Lunch has been consumed or will be consumed. If you're like me, you're gonna have a tray of goodies and also a nice little stogie, a nice little adult beverage to tune in to one of the what's considered to be big 5 pay-per-views for WWE.
Yep. At this point, yeah, that's correct.
There's no better way to start this off than with this guy. On July 1st, I believe the magic number will be 451. For in our house, we call him Walter.
Yeah.
Your current
Ring in or out.
reigning and defending WWE Intercontinental Champion taking on Matt Riddle. Suave, who ain't gonna win?
Bro. Bro finna get dog walked.
I don't care how
good,
good this
though.
match is. I don't care how good this match is. Leaving the O2, carrying on to 452, 453, and on Monday Night Raw is 454, which ties the Honky Tonk Man's record. We will see the Ring General Walter tie and surpass, as predicted by the Broken Pencil Booking Company, the Intercontinental Championship title reign record of 454. That's what
That's all I'm looking for. So it's really not anything against Riddle. I don't care. Any other time I might be interested in seeing you succeed, but this time, absolutely not. I want your ass thoroughly kicked.
And I don't care who comes back or who shows up randomly. Do not interrupt this match and cause this 455 to not happen, because it's time to get that record up out of here.
For so many reasons, it's time. It's the quietest record-breaking title reign that I've ever seen.
But we
like
called
we
called it.
did because we know better. We're crate diggers, but nobody is talking about the fact that this number is about to be surpassed. And to be perfectly honest, I don't see any reason to take the title off of him anytime soon either. I feel the same way about him as I feel about Roman. Give me, if you're going to take the title off of him, number one, you need to give me a better champion. That's first and foremost. Secondly, you need to give me something to do with the former champion.
All right, mixtape time. I didn't want to do this while we run through this. You know who ain't gonna win, but it's perfect for this.
I mean, it's content. That's what we're here for.
6 contenders. Who
for what? A thorough ass kicking.
That too. 6 contenders of who could carry the torch after Walter surpasses 455.
And
I got one. I'm gonna start with LA Knight. Yeah,
I mean, I was gonna say I got other plans for him. we got other shit for him to do. Yeah, we got other shit for homeboy to do. Like,
let me talk to you.
Yeah, get him up out of there. We ain't no, we're not doing this.
All right, who you got?
I mean, you can keep him on the list just for shits and giggles. You can finally get that one-on-one with Drew McIntyre.
He's still in the milk carton, though, ain't he?
Again, the scuttlebutt going around is that he's supposedly figured in very heavily for the next pay-per-view. Or so I've seen. I don't know. You know how this shit go. People start making rumors. They start telling stories. Then one person tells another. Then by the time the message goes all the way around the horn, it's not even what it started out as. The original message is, Big Red is on sale for 95 cents when it comes back around. Big Red Machine is a so-and-so. It never comes back to you the way you send it out. So I've heard, okay, put it like this. I haven't heard anything bad about Drew and WWE's relationship. Didn't hear anything to the effect that they're, installed in negotiation. Everything I've heard is
all signs point to a re-signing.
Right. Especially with what's going on the other station, but just talk about it. That's
literally a whole other episode coming.
Factual. But Yeah, that's what I've heard. Like he's figured in heavily, potentially a SummerSlam co-main event situation. And they're just waiting for the right time to bring him back, which might be Saturday.
You know who would be a heat magnet for the Intercontinental Championship?
Who that?
Dominic Mysterio.
Factual. I'm for that 100%. That is a great answer.
Because he's not bad. He's not a bad wrestler. In fact, he's actually pretty damn good. My sell on him, or my sell against him was I didn't like the character arc, but the same thing happened with Baron Corbin. Check out episode 30 when I talked about Baron Corbin and what happened with him. The same thing I said about Dominic Mysterio when a few episodes, well, maybe it's probably 20 or 30 episodes ago when I said I didn't like him or I couldn't see him being a superstar. Literally the next week, the corner was bent on 3 wheels. And Dom is that dude. Like no one could absorb that much heat and not be liked in the grand scheme of things. Like that is the person you love to hate. And again, this is the social media generation. This ain't about boos or yays. It's about a reaction. And he by far gets the best reaction in the business.
On a personal note, I hate that it's not about boos and yays. Because at that point, like you're not putting in the effort to separate one from the other.
Absolutely.
Like I could be okay. On one hand, the theory might be, well, smart fans are smart enough to just gravitate to whoever they like, and then that in itself will cause it'll cause enough of a difference of opinion that the people in the stands will create their own heels and faces. Don't really like that logic because what we have learned is that people are not smart enough to do that. The fans that are smart enough to do that are just reading the stories from online and forming an opinion that's often uninformed or unvalidated. And then you go out and go forth with that doctrine and you just decide, well, we're just going to shit on everything.
Yep.
I'm good on that.
No lies told.
Because y'all not hijacking shows like 2014 anymore. So if you're not gonna bring me that kind of energy, I don't need to hear you. I don't care about none of that.
All right.
If you're not gonna hijack a show, miss me with that energy.
So
let's circle back around.
We got LA Knight. We got McIntyre. We got Dominic Mysterio. Who you got?
Damian Priest.
Absolutely. Great choice. What I don't like about you saying him is the fact that he's been earmarked for a title, a major title win, not named Intercontinental. But a pit stop at the IC belt wouldn't be a bad thing for him.
Just looking at his current placement in Judgment Day, it looks like there's going to be some sort of a shift in Judgment Day going forward. I don't know if that means Damian Priest.
I just hope it's not a personnel change. Yeah, I hope it's not a personnel change. But yeah, go ahead.
Him or Finn may not be there come this time next year. And then there's also just the possibility that the Judgment Day doesn't exist at all. However, I think they've put enough effort in so where it's like, we've gotten past the crowd shitting on it because it's new, trying to kill it in its first week type thing. It's gone through all its bumps in the road. It's grown out of being corny and hokey, and now it kind of has sort of an identity, even though when you look at each individual member, it seems like the group has an identity crisis, but when you see them all together, it kind of works.
Yeah, because factions matter. So it's like, if you saw Michael Hayes by himself, it's one piece of mic work. But if you see Michael Hayes, Terry Gordy, and Buddy Roberts together, it's a different piece of mic work that you get from Michael Hayes. Same thing here.
But it's going to be all the same Confederate flags. Same one.
Same stars. Metaphorically and literally speaking.
Yes. Same.
All right. So we've got LA Knight. We've got Damian Priest. We've got Dominic Mysterio. We've got Drew McIntyre. I'm going to go out on a limb for my number 5, or number 5 and my number 3 pick with Braun Breaker.
I knew he was coming up, and I was gonna use him next. Yeah, I can very much see that.
The fact that we both agree on that and didn't know that he was even on the board is, when is he not on the board? He's always on the board.
Facts. Let's stop playing games here.
And as a traditional wrestler who has an entertaining factor about him, and by far the best damn spear in the business right now. Let's be a buck about it.
I'd be remiss if I didn't mention Bobby Lashley, even though I haven't seen him in a month of Sundays.
Wrong channel too.
Yeah,
that might be why you haven't seen him in a month of Sundays.
We really only watching SmackDown for the Bloodline, if we being completely honest.
There it is.
Crack Instagram and A's is what they did to us. But, yeah.
And then give me one more for you.
One more. Somebody from Raw. I don't really like anybody on Raw like that. I'd have to go look at the list. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go fishing in the NXT pool and say Carmelo Hayes.
See, okay, I thought about him, and the reason why I didn't actually pick him on the last round was because right now he's going back and forth with Baron Corbin, who's on SmackDown. But because Carmelo Hayes is an NXT property right now, shit, he's your damn NXT champion. He better be an NXT property. I guess he could pop up anywhere. And also, not a bad choice. He's a star. And
that call is coming sooner than later to bring him to Monday night.
Let me put a little bit of extra on this. Let me put a bonus cut in here for you.
All right.
You mentioned Carmelo Hayes. By far the best improved in all of WWE over the last, say, year or two is Trick Williams.
If I watched NXT, I could weigh in on that.
Exactly. You don't watch enough NXT to understand, but from the moment that he appeared to I don't watch any 180.
I don't watch any NXT.
Yeah, it's a complete 180, man, and he's going to be a force. And there's probably going to be a feud. I don't want to see it because it's similar to like the Street Profits, but in this case you got two singles wrestlers. But I don't want to see it. But you're probably going to get a classic blood feud out of those two before it's all said and done. But that's a bonus step for you.
It's the way of wrestling. So if I'm not going to use Carmelo Hayes, which I still say, if you want to get somebody all the way over as like, he's not as tall as maybe other people that have been pushed to the moon, but in a position where he goes over Walter, you instantly have to take him seriously because of the strength of the title reign. If you just want somebody who really got some smoke, Bronson Reed.
Ooh, listen.
Hey,
I don't know what's on Bronson Reed's radar. They need to get that shit together before they lose him to Jonah. For real. Like the next time he leaves might be for good, and it's going to be a completely different animal when that happens. What you got though?
You got one more Royal Rumble to not do something with him. Because look, I already think this next Royal Rumble 2024 belongs to Walter, regardless of what belt he walks in with. I think he's the favorite for me to win.
So you think whoever it is, World Heavyweight Championship, goes to Walter next year, Mania?
I feel like he's going to be the guy that wins the Rumble. Now, what they decide to do at WrestleMania, I don't know. And the only reason I would see you veering away from that path is if you're going to extend this bloodline story and main event Jey Uso finna do his thing. But we've already had that conversation. If you want the full details, or if you would like the booking sheet, sell me mine. Because for a nominal fee, soon to be a phenomenal fee, slice off some of this broken pencil knowledge and put it on your plate.
Sell him his.
Sell me mine.
Don't cash out me mine because I ain't gonna be responsible for sending back that duplicate payment that you just made to me.
Yeah, we'll divvy ours up on the back end. Pause, but yeah, sell me mine. Please.
All right, let's move on up this card here.
Oh, my sleeper though.
Yeah.
What if Logan Paul was to win Money in the Bank, and everyone was expecting him to cash in on a world heavyweight champion, whether it be Seth or Roman? He can never catch up with them, but just so happens to catch Walter slipping one day.
I would love that, because when you have someone with the, I guess, cross-promoting collateral that Logan Paul has at his disposal, you want to elevate that title. The IC belt becomes a bigger belt than the Participation Trophy World Heavyweight Championship.
But then here's how I get even for all of wrestling fans and just for people in general. There has to be a rematch at some point, and Walter is going to pistol whip that man in front of everyone. And I am going to sit and enjoy it and rewind my favorite parts, and I'm going to screenshot it, and I'm going to share it.
I dare say
that merry old time.
I'm thinking Ron Garvin. Of course, Richard Fleur. I'm thinking, of course, him. Anybody who's been across the ring from Richard Fleur in a losing capacity of less than 5 minutes. The word taco meat, hamburger meat comes to mind.
That boy says going to look like he's slipping a pile of fire ants.
Logan Paul will have said chest a la Ilya Dragunov versus Walter in NXT. You pick the match. All right. For the women's tag team championship, your champion.
Are you writing these down?
Yes, of course.
Okay. Thank you, because it'll make my job easier later on.
Because I'm sure this is going to be one of the pay-per-views where we actually have all the same answers, so it's not going to be all that hard. For the women's tag team championship, your champions Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler taking on Raquel Gonzalez, Raquel Rodriguez and Liv Morgan. Suave, who ain't gonna win?
Oh, she back?
Yep, she came back last week.
Well, Liv and Raquel is taking a severe L, so they ain't gonna win.
As much as Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler are not over as tag champions, they're not about to flip-flop those belts, considering they just absorbed a tag team championship within the last couple of weeks.
Whose fault is that, though? How can we really address how badly Stanford has fumbled Ronda Rousey in her return? This woman main evented WrestleMania 35 in a triple threat with two of the four horsewomen of WWE.
One under the most controversial circumstances.
That had a built-in rematch in it. So whether it was a planned situation or just they happened to have lucked up into one, you had a story laid out for a return main event caliber WrestleMania situation, and you just said, you know what?
And baby or not, you just said, I'm good.
How much money did you need to throw at her to say, you know what? Let's just wait another year to get pregnant. And I know that sounds terrible, but for real, it happens all the time. How much money can we throw at you to just say, you know what? Give us another 18 months and then you can go start a whole family and you'll be a lot richer for it. I think talent relations would be a lot better if we started having conversations exactly like that.
Man,
when I find out two main event talents are shacking up together, hey, let's get in the office.
Hey,
how much can I offer you both not to procreate?
To the Stanford social team, what's up? And just understand, you can hire us, but nope, we don't do that.
Admire me or hire me.
Price just went up.
That's a shirt. Admire me or hire me. Available at your local broken pencil retail shop.
Hashtag the choice is yours. For the Participation Trophy Championship of the World, your champion, Seth freaking Rollins.
I'm my champion.
That's what that's for. Versus the one person we've been begging to see for the last 3 years and finally got him in spades.
Yeah, that's ASAP Finn.
ASAP Finn, aka Prince Ferg, aka ASAP Prince Ferg.
Yeah, this is not Finn Balor. This is ASAP Finn. Like,
Boy, I sure wish that this title wasn't just picked up recently, because I hate to say Finn ain't gonna win, but it's probably not gonna be from.
Ain't gonna be for lack of trying.
Yeah, in fact, I'd probably say he's gonna lose by disqualification.
The irony would be, and you know what, I'm not even gonna say it because I don't want anybody to end up hurt.
Yeah, no, ooh.
Chill. I had the thought.
Y'all.
And because we're recording at a new time, I had the thought, but I had to catch myself.
Y'all know what it is. You know. Keep it moving. quick and painless. So we can agree. We can agree that Finn ain't gonna win, right?
Yeah, we're all on the same page right now.
Right on.
We're 3 for 3, my guy.
Soon to be 4 for 4. Cody Rhodes versus Dominic Mysterio. Suave, who ain't gonna win?
All right, so here's where shit gets tricky. Because I have an idea that I know how Cody's mind works.
We're on the same page. Keep going.
And Dom is the hottest heel going outside in these streets.
Go ahead.
It would do so much for Dom to sneak out a chicken shit victory over Cody. Or beat Cody because of the interference of one Brock Lesnar. Cody's still bulletproof. It doesn't hurt Cody to lose.
Teflon, Kevlar, if you will.
You can come back on Monday Night Raw and main event the show with the exact same thing and have Cody go over, and then everybody would be fine.
Cody could main event Monday Night Raw with a promo talking about how bad he lost to Dominic Mysterio. That's it.
He would make it entertaining too, but he got to get that win back. Like he does. He's got to get that win back.
It just, to me, it can't be Monday because I believe they're still going to be at the O2 on Monday. It can't be Monday.
Why?
It's just that's typical WWE booking.
What company is this happening in?
WWE.
All right, then stop questioning me. Take it easy.
You just look on my face, man.
I understand. Crack Instagram and AIDS is what they did to us. I've been looking like that since what they did with the Fiend and Hell in the Cell.
I've been looking like this is what they did to the Cold Crush. So we can both agree that Cody ain't gonna win on Saturday.
I don't feel comfortable saying it, but I do feel comfortable thinking it.
I got Cody down for the exact same reasons, and
I'm gonna be a game time decision on that. When you see the post go up on social media about who picked what, if there's an additional slide on there, then I picked different.
The chicken shit part is what nailed it for me. Roll up holding the tights,
handful of tights, feet on the ropes.
And Lesnar's music and no Lesnar until after the match.
Ooh, now we talking about smart. Yeah, now you're starting to cook with the ingredients that's in the shelf. It's Stanford. You got to cook with what's in the pantry. You don't get to bring your own seasonings and or grocery items. You have to cook with what's there, Iron Chef. You dumping shit out of packets.
Hold on.
Hell.
You gotta put that leaf on there. You know what I'm talking about?
You gotta put the bay leaf in the pot, but then you gotta put the parsley over the top.
Oh shit! All right. Before we go into these ladder matches, let's go in to the most subtle part of the evening.
Whole lot of fucking gang shit.
Not the needle movers, the fucking needle, the bloodline.
Not the needle movers, the fucking meter. You mean
your tribal chief,
moving the needle.
Your tribal chief, head of the table, and WWE Grand Champion Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa taking on the Usos.
Who's gang and don't bang?
Suave, who ain't gonna win?
I feel comfortable in saying this. Roman and Solo ain't gonna win.
Absolutely. wait, that wasn't it. There it is.
What? Sleep at the wheel. It's past your bedtime.
I got geek for a second. I absolutely agree. Roman and Solo ain't gonna win. Solo can't catch a break on this main roster at all. Like street champ, if he's a street champ, man, I want to see these streets he walking on. Because
we need more street fights. Look, we have years and years to build Solo into a monster and give him win streaks. But for right now, when you are the right hand of the man, you typically take more L's.
And in this case, by L's, you mean super kicks.
Hey, when they raise the leg up, it does end up at kind of a 90-degree angle. So technically it is an L.
Hey.
Hey, L's and A's. Either way, however you shape this up, if you beat the Usos, the story's over. And if Roman beats the Usos, the story's over because Roman was right.
The only way the Usos win, I'm sorry, the only way the Usos lose and the story doesn't end is if it's at the hands of Paul Heyman.
Oh, I got another reason. I got another way the Usos can lose.
You got one. Go ahead.
So the rumor and the scuttlebutt for the last few weeks, as people have been seeing this Uso defection materialize.
I'm still winding down for my birthday, so I've been completely out the loop on socials and news, but go ahead.
And there's this belief that there are going to be more members of the bloodline infused into the story, whether they are all from the same family tree or not. We know there's several football teams full worth of Samoans that could be brought in, and damn near all of them are related one way or another.
They were all in Hobbs versus Shaw. Hobbs and Shaw, rather.
Dead ass. The whole cast of Hobbs versus Shaw from the island could show up, and we'd be totally fine.
Fiend, Mama P.
Every last one of them. Moby. KLC,
aka Beating Head.
Little Dudgery gonna be in that hole.
Mr. Magic.
Mercedes finna pull up.
Talk about what you want to do.
So, Mr. Marcelo from the ghetto.
Oh man. Corey gonna call up the camp. They come back.
Cain and Abel, ghetto twins, everybody sliding. But
shit.
Oh man. But look, so the possibility of an infusion of more bloodline members, and I'll be perfectly honest with you, you can bring as many new ones as you want to, as long as Jacob Fatu is one of them. If it's not Jacob Fatu, I don't want to hear it.
We'll talk more about him in the next episode, but I gotta, on top of the MLW contract situation, there's another situation where I think we don't see him this year in WWE, but continue.
I saw that, and yeah, we do have to we gotta
address it because there's something that I have to say about that. But
we gotta break that brick down.
And we ain't stepping on it, we just gotta break it down.
Yeah, we just got to break it down for distribution. But someone like Jacob Fatu debuting and costing the Usos, essentially the same way Solo pulled up. Solo pulled up Clash at the Castle, made sure Drew didn't, complete the mission, and then boom, we're off to the races. You could very well do something similar. You have enough people at your disposal where you can just pick one, or do traditional booking. You say one of the Usos is going to be responsible for the pinfall. Because of the way I want this to play out, I'm going to pick Jimmy. Jimmy gets the fall on Solo.
Okay.
And that would lead to Jimmy. Okay, you've seen Black Panther.
Yep.
You're very much you're familiar with the term and the psychology around Challenge Day.
Yep.
So essentially, this is all one family just hashing shit out with each other. And they've already said, look, we can forgive because we family, but right now we got to handle some business. So what if Jimmy just decides to challenge for the, the mantle of tribal chief? And that's your SummerSlam main event.
Let me just say this. If you're listening to us,
Zell us ours first.
And you think you're tired of us talking about the bloodline and reverence,
go to hell.
Number one.
First.
Remember. Number two. Also, over 2 million viewers in over a handful of segments over the last 2 years related to this family and this storyline.
Them people have resuscitated the careers of Sami Zayn.
Kevin Owens wasn't hurting, but he sure as hell.
He sure has purpose. He's had purpose since Roman's been involved. Oh, okay. I don't even have to name the people that they've helped. Tell me when they pitched a dud. Tell me over this last stretch run of Roman's and since the inception of the bloodline, when have they given you a dud?
No, I got a better one for you, Suave.
Go ahead.
Think about this one. When is the last time we heard of a mass firing since these storylines started taking off?
Damn, that's great.
Boy, job security because of literally the head of the table.
They didn't do crack Instagram and AIDS to the bloodline. They see everybody eating, testers out. Yeah, you mean.
They should give him $100 tips. Just walk past him, drop $100 bill, don't say a word.
Kiss the ring.
That's
kiss the ring, you ungrateful bitch.
In another tag team L for a former tag team champion who is your WWE grand champion.
Death to
amazing.
Switching.
That's amazing.
No matter who wins, it's gonna be cinema, number one. And number two, you're gonna have about 5 different directions you can go from off of that. So whether we get somebody new in the bloodline, whether we just get a straight up Uso victory, whether we get regardless, whatever we get. I remember you brought up, and I've been against it, but what if Jay or Jimmy was to pin Roman? I wouldn't give it away. I would not give it away.
Yeah, and not right now. Not right now.
It'd be a perfect way to say
very soon.
Event. If it's Jay, okay, assume you wanted to do this in short order. Say Roman he's broken the who did he just pass? He passed one of San
Pedro Morales.
Okay, he's beating the Pedro Morales record. Say, okay, look, we've gone as far as we're gonna go at this part of the story, and we're ready to go into something else. We're gonna pivot. And Roman says we're gonna take some time off, which is reportedly. And he says, okay, I'm finna set Cuz up. I'm gonna take this L at SummerSlam to set up the match. So Jay beats on a roll up, some fluke win. Pins him at Money in the Bank. Then gets the title match at SummerSlam. And you can have a schmaz, you can have a bunch of people get involved, all whatever. But Jay wins. Because look, at this point, I don't know who else can do it. I'm gonna be royally pissed if they're trying to do this with Seth. I don't want that. Keep it.
Strange factoid.
Go ahead.
Chief has already surpassed Pedro Morales.
Out of there.
The next title reign he's set to break, if he maintains, should be right around Royal Rumble. And it's the shorter of the 2 reigns of Bruno.
Okay.
That'll put him at number 4 at 1,238 days. That surpasses Bruno's 1,237.
I mean, because I've also heard there's not really a end to his reign in sight. Most of that is probably because you don't have a long list of challengers who can one, be a better champion. Two, give better, you're not going to be able to maintain those numbers with Seth Rollins as champion. I don't give a damn what you say.
And 3, you're not going to beat Bret Hart's 9,000 day run.
Because JTG told us. So.
And he gained, and we keep it.
You're never going to catch that.
All right, now for the money.
You come out the womb as WWE champion. You ain't going to see Bret Hart's title reign.
Now for the Money in the Bank matches. Let's start with the women.
Women folk.
All right. Becky Lynch versus Zoe Stark versus Bayley versus Io Sky versus Trish Stratus. Talk about a placeholder versus Selena Vega.
Okay.
Careful what you say, Suave. Who ain't gonna win?
No, I'm looking at the lineup and I'm thinking Trish and Becky cancel each other out.
I like it.
Lita should probably end up around here somewhere, which would also cancel out Zoe Stark.
Yo, wait a minute. What if Lita takes out Trish Stratus before the match starts, a la Edge? Ha! Continue. She ain't gonna win. She ain't gonna win. She ain't gonna
win.
Right.
And for that reason, I'd be like, no, don't do that. But I feel like she would get involved. Io's an okay pick. Bayley, I think they've lost their way with whatever direction Bayley was supposed to be going. We're damn near at like hit the reset button and start bringing out the blow up dolls again. We're damn near ready to reinstate Hollywood Hug Hogan. Like we almost there. Like damn near dead ass.
Hug Life, baby.
Yes, we about ready to bring back Hug Life. Hey, bruh, you know how much money we can make with that shirt?
We are a t-shirt factory. Zell me mine, a la Suave.
Come on with it. 4 and 5. Come on. I'm gonna say everybody not named Zelina Vega, and I'm probably wrong as shit there.
I've already picked her to be the person that anybody not named her is what I have on the list. So we're still batting 1,000 across the board.
We locked up for real.
Becky and Bayley will be a non-factor. Io Sky and Bayley are going to go at it, and probably Becky, Bayley, and Io will probably be outside the ring at the finish. I will probably say Zoe Stark and Zelina will be at the top of the ladder. Trish Stratus will be a non-factor as well. That's my prediction. But anybody not named Zelina Vega, you can kiss the ring goodbye, or kiss the briefcase goodbye, should I say? And then finally,
and then just another added point: I don't see any of these 6 women beating Rhea Ripley, or the eventual, because it's an eventuality that Charlotte Flair is going to be champion again. So
I'm just waiting to see how bad Bianca Belair. I want to see how bad Bianca Belair becomes if we get the same fresh into NXT version of Bianca Belair, or we get her trumped up on some other shit. Like I
want the beating that Finn Balor put on Seth Rollins the other week. That level of ass kicking when Bianca decides to turn heel.
I want to hear the whip crack when she uses her hair against Chick Flair's stomach.
Bam. You know what? I think for the first time in a long time, we should get a laceration out of a female confrontation and altercation.
That did not come from it happening the hard way or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, because the last few times we've seen it was gruesome.
I mean, this ain't ballet. You know what they say?
It ain't ballet at all.
This ain't ballet.
Kids, don't try this at home. For your men's Money in the Bank contract, Ricochet versus Shin Split Nakamura,
shaky
versus L.A. Knight, versus Santos Escobar versus Don't Call Him Butch versus Damian Priest versus the returning Logan Paul.
Anybody not named LA Knight?
You think?
That's who I'm picking. At this point, I'm not even like trying to play the odds on this because they've done well by giving you a field of competitors where no one looks like they have a clear-cut advantage to be the guy, which I think is a smart move. It makes you pay more attention to the match because you don't have a predetermined winner. You have some front runners. And then I'm also kind of wondering about this 7-person lineup because typically you get an even number.
That I'm almost expecting one more person to be added to this match.
So
now let me ask you this.
Exactly.
Let me ask you this. If they added Logan Paul the way they did without him having to qualify, and they bring one more person in, who in the hell would that person be?
So that was the original plan I was hearing for Drew.
Okay, because that's the first thing that comes to mind here is Drew McIntyre. There's one more that comes to mind for me as well.
But after I ended up hearing about the other plan for Drew, he doesn't need Money in the Bank to get there. So we'll see. I like the idea of having Money in the Bank around and having it be a thing that's around for a while because you can always tease a cash in. You can always use it as a prop for another feud. You can always have it on the line in a match. It gives you more options. More options usually equals better booking.
The beautiful thing is, unless we ain't doing that shit at all. Unless the Seth Rollins match goes on after the Money in the Bank match, I can't see it being cashed in at
I don't care where it goes because you know where it ain't going? In the main event. And you know why? Because the actual champion is in the main event. Crack Instagram and AIDS is what they're gonna do to you.
You sure hate it. All right. So I already have down LA Knight. The other person who I think may show up only because when you talk about somebody so much about what they're not going to do, chances are they've already done it. I think this is where we get the pop of the night from Randy Orton. Wishful thinking.
Bruh.
But LA Knight is going to be the person. So anybody not named LA Knight is going to win this. Or is it going to lose this, brother?
I would love to see Rico finally get his just due. I know he gonna cut up something stupid.
Here's the problem. Here's the problem with Rico in this match.
What that is?
Logan Paul. They're gonna recreate a moment, and it's not going to be the same moment. It's going to be something as ridiculous and as ignorant as what we saw at WrestleMania.
Don't use him as a spot monkey for the greater glory of Logan Paul, please. Don't crack Instagram and AIDS this man.
Yeah, we don't have to be like some get up there. You get up there. Okay, meet in the middle. Bang. Or was that Royal Rumble when that happened?
That was Royal Rumble.
Yeah, we don't have to have that shit. But I think
I don't need any more anime collisions between those two.
And I don't need another injury from Logan Paul, work or not.
Look, it ain't ballet. I'll say that. I almost said something else. It ain't ballet. Shit happens. Because I mean, hell, didn't we think, or weren't we led to believe that he had torn all the bolts and screws out of his bicycle?
Yes, a couple things.
Like he had stripped the gears on his clutch. Like so, look, it's
drive shaft left in the middle of the highway and rush hour traffic type shit.
Yeah, it's a modern miracle that he's walking around. Period. So, hey, he's got good luck on his side apparently.
That's what that Puerto Rican son will do for you.
Where's Bad Bunny in all this?
Yo.
You saw what I did.
Yo.
You're familiar with my work.
Hold on. Now I gotta check the tour schedule.
I mean, next time on the Broken Pencil Booking Company.
I'm pulling that shit up right now. Let's see where he's at.
Because that's another thing that's been floating around the internet. Like SummerSlam has kind of quietly been mapped out by wrestling media for the last month or so.
He is Okay.
somewhere close by.
Nah, he might be off because
Off tour?
yeah, for now because his tour starts in 28 days.
All the more reason. Slide through the O2, get your business popping. You got a whole. You'll be just starting the tour when SummerSlam gets here, which means it ain't shit to hop on a jet.
Now there was a picture that floated around of a bunch of superstars who are already in the UK, and someone used their modern technology to remove someone from the picture. I don't know if you saw that picture or not.
I did.
Did you notice that someone someone or something was removed from the picture?
Yes, I did.
Okay, just making sure we're on the same page.
We're 100% on the same page, and I believe some of my logic will help walk you down off the ledge that I think you're on right now.
Would that be broken pencil logic?
Probably. Okay. Here's the best thing I can give anybody who's seen this picture. The person in the picture is shorter than Walter. Because if you look at the photo and where they've been magic edited out, that person is considerably shorter by about 3, 4, 5. It's noticeable, maybe even 6 inches. Pause.
That leads me to believe that person that's been etched out was probably Ray without a mask.
But Ray's always been without a mask, and if Ray's posing for a picture, all he does is this. He's got a tattoo on his hand for the exact reason, so it ain't Ray. Because that's the other thing. The person who was in this picture is like at least up to Walter's shoulder. Ray is 5 what?
6-ish.
Standing on his wallet. So okay, let's look at the photo and see who's all present. Because
he's built at 5'6", so
we breaking the shit out of kayfabe. This look like a smoke session at the Cannabis Cup.
I mean, Otis, first and foremost, you should have made it obvious that you got somebody at the picture using modern technology. Let's talk about that first. Continue though.
Let's see that like you just learned how to use the magic edit in Canva and didn't quite go over it. Like here's the thing. If you can't properly use
shit, hold on. Trips ain't made a trip here. We got made a trip on the show in a second. Talk to him, Trips.
Here's the thing.
So if you were gonna have to do this, just don't post a picture. But you got Rico here looking high as a kite. You got Otis with these motherfucking hangover glasses on. You got Damian Priest grinning like a Cheshire cat.
Walter just wants a cigar.
Yeah, Walter is on his like 8th shot of
J-Mo.
Yeah, facts. And you got Giovanni in the back. He grinning like a damn seal. Riddle is in the back and has completely fallen off the wagon.
Higher than a giraffe's ass at the top of the Himalayas.
Nah, he is eagle dandruff. That motherfucker is high as astronaut farts.
Airplane shit.
you any of the above. And then you got Kaiser in the front trying to hold it together, but he looks like he wouldn't pass the sobriety test either.
He ain't walking no straight lines.
Which this is not condemnation of enjoying the spoils and
because
libations.
if you fly that far for a wrestling match and you're there a day early, guess what you need to be doing? Parlaying. No betting on the line.
Facts. And they didn't end up with a plane ride from hell. So hey, more power to them. Enjoy yourself.
Get your fish and chips.
But whoever they took out of this photo hasn't been on television. I'll say that. Whoever's in this photo,
I like that,
has not been on television.
I like that. And we'll know for sure if that person pops up. If anybody pops up that's in the neighborhood of about 6 foot.
I say 6 foot because Walter's what, 6'4", 6'5"?
Yeah.
So it can't be Randy. They would be literally eye to eye.
Hey, Randy.
Damian Priest is what, 6'7", 6'8", basically, by that comparison, because he's taller than Walter.
Yep.
Maybe we're going about
Actually,
this.
Vault is built at 6'4".
Okay, perfect. Maybe we're going about this the wrong way. Maybe the person that's been removed from that photo isn't a guy. I'm just saying it for the sake of inclusion. I don't even have anybody in mind.
Unless it's just a random sighting of somebody with some cash in hand. And maybe on a crutch or two. Not in Canada. Just
all I'm saying is, you know,
just putting it out there.
It's options to this. It's levels to this. So you know.
Pencil pushers, you got a lot of shit to fuck with us on this weekend. I want to test something with you, Suave. We'll talk about it off the air, but show at brokenpencilbc.com, brokenpencilbc@gmail.com. That's the email. All things social at brokenpencilbc on what?
Everything.
Make sure you tap in with us. Say what you got to say. Put your predictions up there. We want to know who you think ain't gonna win.
Be brief, cuz.
I mean, we do reply, but be respectful. We clap back. Suave, second to the house.
Pencil pushers. Heads up. Pencils down. Fish and chips for everybody.
And if you ain't watching this and telling your friends how to like, subscribe, share, and download, you ain't gonna win either. Ever.
You're a disappointment to your parents.
The nerve of you.
Your daddy was a Welch and your mama had no style.